And we're live.
Hey, let's go.
Hello there, and welcome to another episode of the Success by Hangout. And in today's episode, what we're going to discuss is digital marketing strategies. First of all, my name is Tarek Betson, and we'll start from the left. Dave, go on, introduce yourself.
Hello there. Yeah, my name's Dave Menzies, digital entrepreneur with Six Figure Mentors. I'm based in Glasgow, in Scotland.
Johan?
Yes, hello, my name is Johan Kagström from uktoponlinebusiness.com, and I also study of Digital Experts Academy, and I've been a digital entrepreneur in 14 months now, and I learned a lot of good stuff here, so it's going to be really interesting to see what we have to share today.
Karen?
Yes, hello, my name is Kieran Jones from the Bristol, from the southwest of the UK. And yeah, big greetings. I'm looking forward to this week's Success by Hangout webinar. So yeah, big hello to everyone, and thank you very much for the invite, Tarek. And yeah, let's get this on the road.
And our lovely Katrin?
Hi, I'm Capayan from Bordeaux, France, and I'm really psyched to be here. Thanks a lot, Tarek.
Awesome. Great to have you guys on board. Even though we're starting almost 20 minutes late, but we're going to get it cracking. So, digital marketing strategies. Today we're going to talk about different ways in which we all market our home businesses digitally. So, what strategies do we use? We have different strategies to market online. We have from Facebook advertisement, you have cost per click, and we have cost per impression, and we have banner advertisement, and so on. So I'll pass it on to the experts so they can tell you what strategies they use to run their own business. Can you start us off, Katrin?
Yes, of course, Tarek. What a pleasure. Okay, digital marketing. I love Facebook advertising. I think it's one of the main places to be with over 1 billion users. I don't think you can go wrong, really. There are a couple of things you have to learn, obviously, tricks of the trade, shall we say. But it's you can be really precise once you've got your strategy in place. You have to, know what niche you're going to talk to, how to talk to your niche. So you do have a bit of research to do beforehand, obviously, and then you have to have a little budget. I guess we'll talk about that a little later on, maybe. So I like to use Facebook advertising as my main marketing strategy, and obviously I blog, I do video also.
Awesome, Katrin. Thanks for sharing. Karen, you want to share your strategies as well?
Hello there. Yeah, yes. Thanks, Tarek. Yeah, basically, there's we don't want to overcomplicate things. There's two ways of marketing here. You either pay for your advertising, or you have free advertising. It's really that simple. If you want results quicker, then you need to be prepared to spend a little bit of money.
Awesome, Karen. Thanks for sharing. Johan, how do you market online digitally?
Yeah, I do with both strategies, both free and both paid advertising, because of different technologies. Facebook advertising, as Kevin said, it's very good. You can target people when you do paid marketing, and you can also decide how long you want it to be. You can decide if you want it to be CPC or CPA, and CPC means cost per click, or every time one clicks on it, you pay a certain money. And you can also do CPM. That's for every 1,000 views. I think it's you pay for showing them who have that interest that you're searching. So that's one way of doing it, Facebook. Another is to post in groups that I do a lot. You don't know, it's randomly you target people you don't know, but when you don't have to pay for the market, but maybe you can use some copywriting also. You can think of which language you use, which people will you attract. If you're going for free in your advertising, then you maybe just target free. So if you talk about people who wants to invest, then you maybe will reach more of the people who wants to invest in themselves. So yeah, that's some take of it comes to mind.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, Johan. The awesome Dave Menzies. How do you market online?
Thanks, Tarek. Yeah, I've got to concur with everyone else. A bit of everything. I love Facebook. Facebook is just amazing. I spent an hour or so actually earlier today watching a video with Frank Kern and a couple of other really big internet marketers talking about the latest advances in Facebook marketing. It was absolutely fascinating, I have to say. So it's great. I've only really got into Facebook paid marketing fairly recently. I do a lot of writing, so I love blogging. But again, that's, as some of the guys have said, a bit of a longer term strategy. But with blogging and also videos to some extent, your links that you've got out there on the internet are there pretty much permanently. So as a longer term strategy, the more of those that you have out there, the more likely you're going to get somebody to find them at some point. But I think at the moment, Facebook marketing is definitely the big thing in internet marketing. It just gives you such an opportunity to finally target the kind of people that you're looking for or that will be interested in whatever it is that you're promoting and the people you're trying to help. And there are so many ways that you can maximize the effect of the spend that you have on advertising with Facebook, and Facebook are just making it at the moment easier and easier and easier for advertising to be successful, because it's in their interests and the interests of their billion or so members that the advertising that's there is effective. So yeah, I'd have to say Facebook advertising at the moment for me as well.
Awesome, that's great. I see everyone is into Facebook advertising, and I'm also into Facebook advertising as well. And I found it one of the easiest way to advertise, because you can narrow down your target to probably target people based on the books they read, the authors they are into, and the movies they watch. So it's an easy way to narrow down your target and go down and target the people who you want to target. So as you heard from the experts, we have free advertising strategies and paid advertising strategies. So Karen, do you want to explain more about the free advertising strategies that you use for your business?
Okay, so basically, yeah, Tarek, the main free one is blogging, and this is a long-term strategy. So this is going to be, you're going to have to put the time, you're going to have to put some effort in. So it is free, but obviously there is a cost, and the cost is you're putting your time in, putting your actual labor, your time. So that's the cost here. It's free, but it costs time to do this. So you have to be prepared that it's going to take maybe 6 to 12 months before you're really starting to see some results. As we're all aware, we've got our blogging expert, Mr. Mark Ford, the one and only, who's had considerable success by this free strategy. So, yeah, that's the way to go. Really, it is like I said, it's a long-term thing, but the results can be very rewarding. I just want to say we've got some questions and answers as well. So if anyone's listening in, feel free to put some questions in, and we'll do our very best to get your questions answered for you live on air.
Awesome. Thanks for that, Karen.
No worries.
I've lost my train of thought right now. So Dave,
yeah.
If someone wants to start blogging, what would you advise them to do? Should they blog daily, once a week, twice a week, 3 times a week? What's your advice?
Yeah. Well, I think the advice that we get certainly from the Six Figure Mentors is daily, and by that we mean 7 days a week. Now that's can be quite a tough regime to manage, but I think as close to that as you possibly can, is because at the end of the day, blogging is a bit of a numbers game, in that you need to get as much content out there as you possibly can, because that is what search engines like. And when you're doing blogs, the whole idea really is to make the content useful to people, but you also have to attract search engines so that, you know, when people are looking for certain terms, there's a good chance that they'll find your blog. And if you can imagine how many websites there are in the world and how many people there are blogging, it's going to take you some time to establish yourself in amongst all of that. So basically, the more you can do, the better. But as you mentioned Mark Ford earlier on, he's developed an incredible system. He's actually my sponsor, and he's developed an amazing system whereby he's kind of mastered the art of distributing his blogs. So it's not really just a case of writing a blog and putting it on your website or putting it on the blogging platform that we have with Six Figure Mentors. It's a case of looking for other places to put that blog, so that you write one blog, but you spread it as far and wide across the internet as you possibly can. So again, if you aren't able to do 7 blogs a week, if you can't find the time to do, you know, 600 or 700 word blog every single day of the week and keep it interesting, then the other strategy to take with that is to try and get that blog as far and wide across the internet as you possibly can. And Mark's a bit of an expert on that. So I guess that's, I did start off, I must admit, writing certainly 7 blogs a week, and I managed to do that for probably several months. And then it kind of slows down slightly when you learn how to distribute them a little bit. You can maybe relax a little bit on that regime. You need to have some time, and as I say, the blogs need to be, the content needs to be of some use. You know, it needs to be interesting, amusing, entertaining, providing of information to people. So you can't really just write 700 words to please Google. That doesn't really work anymore. So it's probably better to write maybe less, but make them extremely good. So different people have different takes on it.
Awesome, Dave. Thanks for sharing.
Mm.
So, this is a general question. What is the best way to generate content for your blog? As you said, we advise to blog daily. That means 7 times a week. Don't you run out of content?
No.
No, not really. No. Well, apart from anything else, as part of the Six Figure Mentors, we've got each other, apart from anything else. So if I'm stuck for a subject, I quite often just go into Facebook and see what everyone else is talking about. And quite often, particularly with the 90-day challenge that we're doing, at the moment a lot of people are doing, you sometimes see a video and go, God, that's a great video, that's a really good idea. And something as simple as that can spark me off. You can also take a different approach of just going through Google and seeing what sort of things are popular on Google, what kind of things people are looking up or interested in or reading about on Google. And I'm not talking about just making a straight copy of someone else's work, because that would just be wrong. But you can certainly take inspiration from and influence from, or at least get subject material from everywhere. I mean, something that happens to you, someone you spoke to. I did a blog today, for example. One of my subscribers got in touch with me last night and asked me to phone him, so I phoned him today. I had an amazing hour-long conversation with him. So I wrote a blog about that. I also did a video about that. So there's an endless source of things to blog about, I think.
Definitely, yeah, I agree as well. Just to add to that as well, I know we're kind of missing one of our experts tonight, Satya, who's on a retreat. And one of her posts in the 90-day videos was about the gold event that she went to last month, and she said on the first day she had enough content to do 3 months worth of blogging.
Yeah,
yeah. So it's quite interesting. So yeah, we're never short of things to write about, definitely. And it gives you a chance to be creative as well. That's what I like about blogging. You know, you're able to express yourself and be yourself. And I think that's what people want to see when they read the blogs. They just want to be able to relate to you.
Yeah.
Awesome, that's great. Thanks for sharing, guys. And do any of you outsource your blog posts, like outsource to a writer to write your blog for you?
No.
No, I don't.
No, I have thought about it, and that's important.
Mm.
Okay, that's great. All right, awesome. You guys shared some awesome tip with the free advertising. So basically, if you want to advertise for free digitally, it's through blogging, right? And with blogging, you can build your brand that way, and it's a way of building authority on your website. So now let's move to the paid advertisement. What is the key rule for paid advertisement? Any key rule?
Tracking.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Testing. Yeah. Same
Testing.
thing.
Yeah, tracking. I think is one of the basic rules you have to do from word go. Because if you don't track, then you don't know what's working. If you've got, for example, just maybe 2 Facebook ads, and you've got leads coming in, you might not know which one is working. Or if you have, for example, a blog post and a Facebook ad, you might think it's coming from the Facebook ad, and so you might put more money on that. But in fact, your ad is not working very well, but your blog post is bringing in the leads. So, it's best to know that, best to know what is working, and get that blog post out to advertise that blog post if need be. It might work better than your ad, but you don't know that if you're not tracking. So tracking is for me, and on the 90-day video challenge, we had to talk about this. Every video has its own tracking code. It's just second. I just do it, and I know that there are 1 or 2 which are bringing in leads that others aren't. So I go and look at that, and I'm saying, oh, what did I do there, and try and reproduce that. It doesn't have to be adverts per se, but maybe I use the right keywords or whatever it might be. But I do think tracking is highly important.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing that, Catherine, because I see tracking as something that's highly, highly important, and it's going to be a topic on its own.
Yeah.
So what other thing is very important when you're doing paid advertisement? Any ideas?
I would say the most important thing is not to waste money. So start with a very small budget. That's what I was talking about. Testing. Split testing. So, an advert is basically an image and some words that take people to something else. Hopefully not just a sale, but something that is congruent with the image and the words that they've seen. And then hopefully you've aimed that advert at the sort of people that are likely to be interested in whatever it is you're promoting. So you want to just test that on a very small scale to start with. And then if it's working, after 24 hours or so, scale it up. If it's not, then maybe consider making some changes. And testing is really all about, and tracking, as Kat was talking about, is really keeping a track of what parts of your advert are working, what parts aren't. So even if the ad doesn't seem particularly successful after you've spent a few dollars on it, if you've had some results from it, maybe you just need to look at changing the image, or maybe you need to change the headline, or some of the other text. And then if you make those little changes and they have a beneficial effect, you start to get more clicks and more people interested. Then if you still aren't getting sales or leads from that, then there might be something wrong with the sort of funnel that people are in the sales funnel, which again might be another topic. But it just gives you the ability to test things. And with SFM, it's worth mentioning that tracking, we have incredible facilities for tracking within the business system that we have with SFM. So there's really no excuse, and there's a lot of training on how to do that tracking thing as well. So there's not really any excuse to be wasting money on advertising. But I would definitely say it's make it cost effective. And don't be throwing lots and lots of money out when you don't need to.
Awesome, that's great. How important is it to have a marketing budget when you're doing paid advertisement?
Oof. I'd say it was quite important. If you don't have a budget, you can't advertise. And also, while your adverts are running, you can be off doing something else. You know, either learning more stuff or writing your blog, or, but you know, so you know, doing double hits, as it were. I'm got my ad out and I'm writing an article. You know, it's more chances of people finding you. But if you've got no adverts, then it's which we obviously don't all have a big budget at the start. I mean, people think maybe you need a big advertising budget. You know, $5 a day is not enormous, but it's a budget, and $5 a day is better than nothing. You know, and I would highly recommend, even if it's just 2 days, just trying it out, because it takes. I remember the beginning. It takes a whole weight off you. The world just seems to disappear off your shoulders the minute you could just put, you know, a tiny bit on that first ad. It's like, yes, and you feel like the king of whatever. But so it's definitely a start. I would definitely recommend, you know, because you've got the whole world on. Blogging is very, you know, Mark Ford, that we all keep going on about. He wrote 3 blogs a day for like 6 months. So, you know, syndicating, all the rest of it, but you know, that hat off, you know. So you know, when you set off down that road, you're like, oh, I'll never make it, and then you do a little ad, you know, even if it's $10 for 2 days or whatever, it's like, yeah, you just poof. So you blog even better because you don't have the weight on your shoulders. But this is just personal experience. Obviously, I can only speak for myself. That was
Yeah, thanks for sharing, Catherine. Karen, do you have any experience of having a marketing budget? Any experience you'd like to share with us?
Yeah, it's important to have a marketing budget. Of course, it is. It helps if you're looking for some results. You're looking, you know, not to hang around too long for some results. And of course, you need to be spending some money. And Facebook is the best way of targeting your, you know, your marketing efforts. So yeah, I mean, the good thing with Facebook as well, you're able to, like Dave said, you're able to optimize your ads and your ad spend. So you know, it just gives you that flexibility of seeing what's working and what's not. You know, you're tracking your results. It just makes it really easy to work out. You know, if an ad is doing well or if it's not doing well, then it's easy to change things around a little bit and make slight changes, make tiny alterations, which then run the ad again. If it works better, then obviously it's an improvement. And the name of the game is to get the best return on your investment. So to get the bigger bang for your buck, then you want to be making these little alterations, these little changes. So you can drive down the cost of your ad spend, and ultimately, getting more of a return on your investment, which is the name of the game. You want to be able to run an ad as long as you can, and as long as you're happy with the results you're getting, then just keep on running that ad. But if you want to make changes and then run it again later on the same set of conditions, then that's when we start coming into being to actually become marketers, and that's when we feel you've definitely made that step into the big world. And yeah, it feels great. Definitely feels great to be getting some results back in, seeing some improvements in your ads. It certainly blew me away when I started making these changes and seeing better results. It's definitely worth it. Obviously, it's good for an investment point of view. You're getting more for your money on the ad spend, but actually personally it feels like an achievement inside. It feels like you've taken that step into the big world of marketing. So yeah, it's great stuff, guys.
Awesome, that's great. I'm in darkness right now. So Dave, do you want to share your experience as well?
The dreaded power cut once again. Yeah, I just agree with Kieran. All of the really successful marketers that I listen to, we've got two of the best, with Guy and Milan from Satori Prime, who contribute a lot to the SFM and the DEA. They also give you, I think they say they never start a campaign for any more than $10. Whether that's $10 for a lifetime budget or $10 a day, I don't know. But the guys I mentioned earlier on that I was listening to were talking about exactly the same thing. They were talking about, you know, $10 to $50 to start trying an advert, but they don't spend a penny until they've done quite a lot of research on, you know, who they're actually targeting. So I think before you even spend any money at all on advertising, it's pretty good to know who you should be sending your adverts to your audience is, or how to build your audience, and that obviously depends an awful lot on what it is you're promoting. But that certainly seems to be a kind of approach that most marketers have in common. And again, it's all about its return on investment, because when you start to spend money on your business, you then do become an investor. You have to, you know, assume that kind of investor mentality rather than a kind of entrepreneurial one, because at that point you're spending money, and there's not really any point in doing that unless it's making you more money at some point. You know, so again, with SFM, if we choose to sell that as the SFM product line, they've got the numbers drilled down so tightly that you can actually afford to spend quite a lot initially on getting leads, because they're becoming subscribers to your list in longer term, and you're going to keep in touch with them and build relationships. So it might be 3, 6, 12 months down the line before someone actually becomes a customer. We've probably all had experiences that I certainly have. I mean, a person I mentioned that I spoke to last night has been a subscriber of mine for 4 months, and has only decided now, after a whole load of broadcasts, that he wants to sort of touch base and speak to me, getting quite serious. So, you know, it's the whole thing's holistic. The point I'm trying to make, I guess, is really we need to sort of define the audience. And Jerry, Facebook is a platform that allows you to do that very, very, very closely, which is why I think it appeals to so many marketers.
Awesome, that's great, Dave. Thanks for sharing.
Yeah.
Johan, do you want to share your experiences with us?
Yes, I also done some paid marketing, and one thing I really studied this in the start with Facebook marketing. It's very good to use Power Edit actually, because then you can target easier, and it's easier to make a new ad. Facebook obviously changed everything. It's one of the rules in this game in digital marketing, that they change the rules all the time. You just have to keep up and learn new things, and yeah, they've changed how you do ads, but it's not so very difficult. You just put out your ad and you can target people you want, and you learn different type of marketing. And when you target people, you can see which countries are your viewers most of the time, and sometimes, often you get better better leads for your business, because you target the right people. So that is, yeah, I think that is my experience in paid marketing. It was one more thing I thought about when you talked about blogs before. I used to listen to mentors that inspire me, and then I get new ideas. I just don't copy just right away, but I get new ideas and new spark to give something of value back to viewers and readers of blogs. Yeah.
Awesome, Johan. Thanks for sharing.
Welcome.
And based on our conversation so far, we found out that most of us do Facebook advertisement. So do we say the future of digital marketing is based on Facebook advertisement?
No.
Not necessarily.
No.
So do we have other paid strategies then?
Yes, there are one more. It is DO, Directory of E-Signs. Charlie Page has been around for 14 years, and actually Stuart Ross started his 1,000 leads that he got from his Charlie's Page. So I'm a member of his list. E-Scene Marketing is the right pronouncing of it. And the good thing with article marketing, you can write an article once, and then you can get paid when you sleep. If you make a very good one and it ranks very good, you don't have to do the work again. So that's the good thing. With Facebook, it's one time, and then you get, maybe you get commission for that. But if you make a good article, then it could pay you for years. So that's a different angle on it.
Awesome.
No, we also have banner advertising, which you can place on various ads. There again, there's various methods of doing the research to know which sort of banner you want to put on which sort of ad. Which sort of site, you know. And I did a little bit of banner advertising before, and it was there's a lot of research because you pay someone to have your banner on their site. And then, you do all this research, you've done it all, and the thing is, one of the things that stopped me was that you then have to book it. I'd done all this research, and I'd done all my campaign for this particular site, which to me was okay, and then I phoned the person up, we were exchanging, and she sort of said, oh, well, in 6 months I have, a week's slot, and I just went, I don't know whether my banner will be of any use in 6 months because it moves quite fast. So I found banner advertising for me personally, a bit of a waste of time because I'd done all this research. I was quite happy, so I'd spent that budget back on Facebook, I'm afraid to say, but and solo ads was another thing, which again I wasn't satisfied with the leads I was getting because you get a lot of clicks, you get a lot of opt-ins, but then they just hang on your list. They never open your mails. They don't read your broadcast. They don't look at anything. So, for me personally, I decided that I'd rather spend my advertising dollar on something that which may not have many opt-ins or many leads, but at least they're quality leads. But that's the way I've chosen to do it because I'm putting a lot of time and effort into this, and I prefer to speak to one person that I may have paid a little bit more to have, but at least I'll have interaction with this person. Whereas, if I did a solo ad, I'd have like zillions of opt-ins. Oh yeah, 50 clicks, 50 opt-ins or whatever it might be, but at the end of the day, they're just chasing the shiny object syndrome, as we call it, and they're not really prepared to sort of sit and talk to you or have a rapport or build a relationship. They're not waiting for that. They're just where I've got the freebie now, where's the button I can press to get this $1 million? Oh, you don't have it, okay, and they're off somewhere else, which is fine. I mean, we all did that, well, personally speaking. But I thank God I've got SFM and I'm out of that game, and I prefer to talk to people who are looking to build a business and who are looking to for sustainable income and not just a $200 freebie or whatever it might be. Sorry, I ranted on a bit, but those are the main strategies I used before.
Awesome, thanks for sharing, Catherine. So. All right, Dave, you shoot on.
I couldn't agree more about the solo ads thing. I've done that as well. I think probably a lot of people do that. The only good thing about it, as Martin Hickey quite often says on his coffee calls, is that when you're just getting started, it's nice to see a whole bunch of leads joining your list. But that's as good as it gets, usually, for the reasons that Kat has covered. I guess the other thing we haven't really mentioned is pay-per-click, apart from Facebook. So obviously all the search engines, Google obviously, you can actually pay to bid for a keyword related to whatever it is you're promoting, and you can do that on Google. They provide a lot of tools, keyword research tools and so on, and give you bid estimates, what you should be bidding for certain keywords that are related to your niche. And Yahoo and Bing and all the other search engines do that as well, as do YouTube. So if you put together a nice video that you think is pretty good and do some decent keyword content as in the description section, you can actually pay to view that pay-per-view on YouTube, which is actually quite inexpensive. I'm not sure how effective it is though. Banner advertising, in theory, could be pretty good if you get a banner placement on the right website at the right time. As Kat was saying, it can be kind of good because it's just out there working for you for the whole time that it's there. You're not having to do any extra work at all, apart from putting the banner out there in the first place. You don't even have to design it yourself if you're an affiliate with someone like SFM, because they've provided a whole host of banners that they've tested for you. Google aren't mad keen or aren't desperately keen on certain industries, so pay-per-click on Google I don't think is something that the online home business or start a business from home sort of niche is particularly good for. But it's another option. I think as paid advertising goes, it's the one people are maybe most familiar with. But it's not really one that, aside from I guess Facebook, is the same sort of pay-per-click advertising. But I haven't personally used any of the big search engine stuff because if you don't know what you're doing there, you can spend an awful lot of money very quickly.
Awesome, Dave. Thanks for sharing. Karen, do you want to add to that?
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have heard of CPA. It's like a next one. It's cost per action. There's a site you can go on called Lead Impact. I don't know if you guys if you've heard of that. Lead Impact. It's pretty good. It's basically it's like it's an auction. So you're bidding on instead of a keyword, you're actually bidding on the URL. Have you guys? I don't know. Something I've been trying for a little while with mixed results. It's okay. It's got a lot of potential, and something that I've been sort of doing for the last few months, and it does bring in leads and it does work. So it's another strategy that we can use, and yeah, it's going all right. You just literally type in, you just copy and paste in the URLs, and then that's it's like on a bidding system where the highest bidder sort of gets the URL. I think it's for like a software programming site where people agree to use this software as free software. Sorry, that's it. So it's for free software. If you're downloading free software off the net, then you agree to have to be advertised, and it's like pop-ups. Pop-ups come up on your screen with your ad, and that's then people can choose to click on it or not. And, yeah, I've been having some reasonable results with that actually. Definitely worth looking at.
Awesome. So Johan, do you have any other paid advertisement that you use apart from Facebook? We can hear you.
Sorry, now my mic is better. Well, I thought about this with banner advertising, but I've been a little skeptical. I tried with ordinary ads, but banner advertising, I heard both opinions. Sometimes it works, sometimes it's not. I've tried with, what do you call this? I don't remember now. You go into a group and then you join and then you put out your ads and they click on the ads in a circle. You just click your ads. You click on the picture that you get on your screen, and then it shows the next ad in the group and next ad. So you show it to each other and you just make a circle of it. That is not, of course, paid advertising then, but yeah, that's another way of doing it. No more paid than Facebook, because Facebook is most trustworthy that we know. from now. So that is what I have in mind now. Yeah.
Awesome. Thanks for sharing, guys. One last question, guys, just to get your consensus. What is the best way of advertising if you're doing paid advertising? Should you go for cost per click or cost per impression?
Cost per click. I prefer cost per click. Because sometimes your ad might be seen but not clicked on. So, why pay for it? But sometimes, I had one ad actually that was cheaper when I was doing cost per impression than cost per click. And it was bringing me quite a lot of leads. So sometimes it's a bit, if you pass a certain, say, a certain level, then it's best to sort of switch. That's my take on it. Tarek, what's yours?
Mine is cost per click because I found it a bit efficient, but also sometimes when you have a larger audience and you quite know the audience well, sometimes it's good to go for cost per impression as well. Greg and Fiona taught me that, so I don't know how it works, but I know that sometimes it does work to go for cost per impression. And as we all said earlier, it goes down to testing. So once you test it, you know what works best for you. And sorry guys, I have to leave you guys for now because I think I have another appointment right now. So thanks for all who's listening, and I'm off. Enjoy the hangout with everyone. Bye for now.
Bye for now.
Bye, Tarek.
You Tarek.
Enjoy your call.
Tarek.
Bye.
Well, where can we get hold of you? Should we need you? Oh, there we go. I missed it. Well, he's at, you can get a hold of us on the page, the Google Hangout page. Where can we get a hold of you, Dave?
Oh, yeah, for some reason my website's not appearing there. It's davemenzies.com and Dave W. Menzies on Facebook, or you can find me on G+, Twitter. I'm quite easy to find. Quite an unusual name, so you should be able to find me alright. But the website is davemenzies.com.
Great. Johan?
Yes, you can reach me at goktoponlinebusiness.com, or you can reach me at Facebook fan page, GOK Top Online, or at Twitter, same name, Pinterest, G+, Google+. Yeah, and the most similar.
Kieran?
Me, yeah. Right, catch me at the usual spots, and on Facebook, on the Twitter, I've got my Twitter page, or my website is www.kieran-jones.com. Just reach out to me there, either make an appointment, get in touch with me. I'm sure you can find me. I'm out there. I'm available.
Okay, and you can see that I am at catpayan.com or on the Success by Hangout, Google+, and also the Success by Hangout Facebook page. Now I'm desperately trying to see these lovely people if they have any questions. Hello to you all. Would you be having any questions? I can't get a hold of them, so I'm really sorry, but I'm having trouble here. Trouble just writing them to you, so just type away.
Mustafa, is there?
I don't know. I think it's my bandwidth. It must be sort of bizarre. So, well, thank you so much for being on the show with us. We really enjoyed it. Any last comments, guys? See you next week, obviously. Yeah, leave us your email in the box and we can send you the invites for next week. That'd be a good one. So thanks a lot. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Cheers. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thanks, everyone. Bye-bye.